Okay, so this is 60. If you look opposite that, that's your long leg right there. Now, I'm not going to, like, say you must do it a certain way, like use a table, use a proportion, use your rule. Once you figure out a pattern, you see how to work backwards, work forwards, just apply it. So if I was going to do the table like before, I wanted to show you something. Why knowing the formula might make it easier. Your table has to have 30, 60, and 90, which is x squared to 3, and 2x. So if I was to plug in the parts, this is my long leg, so that would go here for the 12. Basically, guys, because the formula says x squared to 3, this 12 is equal to that formula, x squared to 3. So I have to get to the x, so I have to work backwards. So that will require me to divide by square root of 3. And I'll have 12 over square root of 3 equals x, but I can't leave it like that, right? You need to rationalize it. So that becomes 12 square root of 3 over 3, which is just 4 square root of 3. So that lets me know my short leg would be 4 square root of 3. And my hypotenuse would just be double that, which would be 8 square root of 3. Okay, so here's the shortcut. Like, instead of doing all the rationalization, if I know I'm trying, you need to always find your short leg first, because that makes it a whole lot easier to make the rest, to find the rest. So what we call that is getting, like, to get to home base. Home base is the short leg. Because if I know the short leg, then I can find any other leg. So if I wanted to kind of memorize the formula for short leg, if I'm trying to find the short leg and I have the long leg, I take whatever that long leg is, put it with the radical 3, and then just divide by 3. Because this long leg was 12, I'm now just substituting it in. So that's 12 square root of 3 over 3, which right there we get straight back to our 4 square root of 3. So you can use the table, you can work backwards, or you can use your formula. So on example 6, guys, what does this 4 square root of 3 represent? Yeah, because it's opposite the right angle. So then it'd be easy to find the short leg. Yeah, 2 square root of 3, just take half of it. And now to get to the long leg is just basically that short leg times radical 3. So it comes out to be a whole number of 6. Because if I substitute in, we have 2 square root of 3 times square root of 3. Well, the square root of 9 is perfect. So 2 times 3 is 6. But we should know that by now. Okay? All right, open it up. Let's look at example 1. Wait till we finish this. All right, on example 1. Always pay attention to what part they gave you that you're starting with. Yeah. The 8 here would be opposite the 30 right here. So short leg, that's easy. So now we can just plug it in. What's the hypotenuse going to be? Yep, just 16. Double it. What's the long leg going to be? Yeah, a square root of 3. So, guys, one thing I want you to make sure you know, we're just going to add this in this example. Everything, the short leg is always opposite to 30. So if I put the 30 here, then that means this would be 60. So your formula is going to now be x squared root of 3, 2x. But the minute I change where my 30 is, let's say I now say 30 is here. That's going to change how the formula is going to be applied because the x has to be opposite that 30. So you would now have to put the x here. This is now the long leg, and then the hypotenuse is still going to always be opposite the 90. Okay, so on example 2, you have 14. 14 is opposite the 90, so that's your hypotenuse. This would be the 30, so that has to be 7. It's half the 14. What's the long leg? 7 square root of 3. Try example 3 and 4. 3 and 4. Yes. All right, example 3, we should have 9 and 18. Example 4, this is your short leg. So your hypotenuse would be 2 square root of 3. And then your long leg is just 3. All right, so this gets glued down so that it's on the page. And then the next page will be our mixed practice. Yeah, you can go down.